Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to our QPR Career Mode. If you're not all nice and caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up. And then of course, welcome back to today's episode. Today on transfer deadline day, and a day that I think will be quite quiet for us in the Career Mode. Don't plan on making any more signings. The general consensus in the comments was keep the squad as it is now. We've got a good squad. We've made a couple of cheeky extra signings, but nothing too crazy. What I will say as well, I think I said at the end of the last episode, well, have a look at those guys are doing, and then I just straight up didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get through this deadline day, and then like it'll be the start of a new month. And I know that's often when like player ratings can mainly make changes and things. So we'll have a look at that. Also, shout out to Eddie Neddy, great content creator. Go show him some love. He also suggested and agreed that I should up the difficulty. So, yeah, we're back up to Legendary. So we were playing on World Class just because I hadn't really played much of 26 yet. It was also very much so that World Class was the highest I was playing against in Ultimate Team on squad battles, but I'm using a very not great squad against like good squads, if that makes sense. So maybe that's why I thought that would be the benchmark for us. But I think good agreement, Legendary is where we are going to go. I also asked obviously about the extra funds. I was asking a lot of questions and whether we should sign some scouts. Now actually I'm going to get the commenter's name up. Hold on 1 second. The suggestion was from Mr. Darkweaver. So shout out to Mr. Darkweaver, basically saying to stagger the coaches, sort of like every time we go up, we can look to add another coach. Obviously, we're only going up like once, and that will be getting promoted. So my thought process is going to be maybe like adding a few every season. So this season we'll do like one in each part. So, you know, goalkeeper, defense, midfield, attack. If we get promoted next season, we can do the same thing. Otherwise, we can add maybe like 2 season by season, just because then like we are still getting those in and it is still like progressing the squad and like the club getting better and better with us progressing through things. But I agree, staggering it I think is the way, not just going and spending loads of money now and being like, bosh, here's everything. So I think that that will be the vibe. But yeah, adding a coach to each area for this season, I'm absolutely on board with. And then next season, if we get promoted, we can do the same thing. If we stay in the championship, we maybe add like 1 or 2. If we say, for example, you know, we've got a lot of midfielders in the club, let's add a midfielder coach and then a defender coach. Do you know what I mean? That's the vibe. So thank you very much for that suggestion. Also, I will say Lunkface84, thank you again for your comments, guys. I do appreciate it. I do try and read and you know, react and respond to as many comments as I can. Suggested moving in the squad Dunn and Mbenge round. I will try it for a game. I'll absolutely try it for a game. The reason I keep it the way that it is purely because having like a really, really quick centre-back covers if Dunn gets outpaced on that right-hand side, but also having a nice quick centre-back when a lot of the AI stuff happens through the middle, I find very, very helpful. Obviously, in the last episode, it wasn't necessarily that case. We had a lot of stuff going down the wings, which is why Dunn's pace was becoming apparent or in being a bit slower. The other thing is Mbenge's stamina is not that fantastic, but I'll try it for a game, and if it works, I'm not against doing that. I'm not against having that be something that we try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the scouts in first. So we'll start off with that and we'll hire those first team scouts. I'm fairly sure this is like just identical to last year. I could be wrong, but do we have any? Okay, so we have someone who's 5. Okay, that's great. So I can go and get Sean right and add him to the goalkeeping staff. That's fine. I don't need all of this malarkey. I don't need it all. I don't need it. I'm happy with what we're doing. And then I'm going to hire 1 more in each position. So if I then look at midfield, oh wait, I just hired an attacking coach. Oh, I don't know if I did that right. Either way, okay, there is somebody else here. So we can go in here to get Darja. Yeah, sure. Let's get Darja and add them in as a defensive coach. That's great news. Let me look for goalkeeping just to see if there's someone that's 5-star there as well. Okay, we have no 5-star goalkeeping coaches. But Zayad is 4-star in every single slot there. So I'm going to whack El Shami, phenomenal name, in the goalkeeping staff, and then in the midfield we did have Joel West, who is 5 in 3 of them, and then a 4-star. So that's great. But for those who don't know, this basically helps with like player training, helps the players progress better. But obviously does cost like a weekly wage. And as was being said by Nightweaver, it can make sometimes like the player growth can be ridiculous. If you like go and add like 20 stars in each section out the gate, it can get a little bit daft. Like you can really have players go from like 60 to 80 plus in a season. It has been pretty broken in previous years. So as you can see, some of those players now, their chance to level up and things will improve, but also you can see Hayden there, his level down is now prolonged, so he will go down in rating, but not for quite a period of time. So there is that. It's progress in that sense, and makes things a little bit better. But our youth system will also benefit from that. So I'm happy that we've done that. I'm glad that it's generally agreed that that's the case. I think we saw in the end of last episode that Vale was out on loan. We haven't seen it actually physically. Did we see the animation? I don't remember. Either way, I'm now just going to power through these 10 hours. I'll show you stuff that happens. I doubt anything particularly will. Again, we're not going to be signing anyone. So unless something interesting happens, I'll see you guys on the last hour, I guess. An offer in for Jimmy Dunn, 3.25 from Bournemouth. Again, 2 Premier League sides coming in for him. I do forget as well that Jimmy is like 27 in my head, just because it feels like he's been at the club for like a good old chunk of time. Just feels like he's older. So it's great knowing that we've got him for like, if we really want, we've got him for like the whole series, which is sick. But we're down to the last hour. Nothing happened apart from that singular deal, which again, we were not accepting. For us, our deadline day was getting staff through the door. So I'm absolutely here for that. We will have a little look-see. New email from the EFL Championship. Oh, telling us about the window being closed. 550,000, 550 million being spent on the day, I think that was. Let's have a look at our English youth scouts here. See if there's anyone crazy good. Bradley Pearson, sadly, my dude, rating-wise, both now and potential, not great. Jordan Massey, or it's probably Massey, right? Jordan Massey doesn't look too bad. Oscar Stevens, no. Under 80, I'm not overly interested. So Danny Stewart is going to be the same for you, good sir. Jordan Massey, I'm going to say Massey. Jordan Massey, we'll give him a go. We'll sign him up. We'll get him in the system. But outside of that, the other two don't look that crazy good. Chair's been included in... Oh, player of the month. Oh, nice. Let's go. And again, another 7 million likes. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the EFL Championship Twitter, but it ain't 7 million likes. I'll say that for free. Either way, I'm going to get ready for this game against Wrexham. International breaks. We have got a bit of time. Only 2 players that were called up with Jimbo and Paul Smith. Outside of that, no one else. So the team can just rest. Did also see a comment from Diddy Radar suggesting that the chances of the players being contract negotiable, I think I got that right, is after transfer windows quite often. So I'm going to see if we can talk. Okay, they're still not looking to have a chat. What about Elijah? Okay, so maybe after the January one. But again, did say be careful because they then get transfer listed. Make sure you take them off the transfer list manually because that has proven to be a problem. So yeah, doesn't let me do it just yet, but hopefully soon. Okay, this is my first, like, I can't think what they're called, like, event or whatever you're going to call them. But we've had a homesick player in Noonan. Homesick player. Boss, I'm feeling homesick and struggling to adjust to life in QPR. This has been the first time I've been away from home for so long. Is there anything you can think, anything you think can be done to help me cope? Let's take immediate action. Help him settle. Why don't you let us know what your favourite food from home is and we can add it to the menu this week. A taste of home, I'm sure the rest of the team would love it too. I don't have time to look into this now. This feels like it just feels like an obvious response. Right, why would I ever pick this? Help him settle? Like, what's the downside to that? Okay, a bit weird. It wasn't quite the kind of thing I was expecting. I was expecting to be like, we'll try and get you loaned back out to Ireland, or, you know, that's what it felt like. But sure, apparently we're having some Irish delicacy this week. Sure. We have just got to the match day against Wrexham, and I did say I was going to have a look through the squad and see if any ratings have changed. Now, I will also say we did have Morgan ask about being playing in this game. He's still not at that CDM, so we'll have to have a look and see if anything has changed there as well. Murphy has gone up to a 65, which is great. Garcia's still out on loan with nothing changing. Cook has gone down one, which is a real shame. But I don't think we've had many rating changes. Vale has gone up one as well. Again, that low move, I really do hope that plays out because in my head, I think it was such a smart play from me, if you're my honest opinion. Just to toot my own trumpet a little bit there. Zanzella also going up as well, out at Dusseldorf. Fair play to the man. Alfie Lloyd going up on loan at Leyton Orient. Pearman also going up. So the boys out on loan, doing decent. Only players that are out on loan have actually gone up in rating. Also, I fully realised he's like, I'm feeling homesick. He's not even here. He's at Catanzaro, which I'm still not too sure what league that's in. But here is our squad to play against Wrexham. This was a game that was very big for us and a real good back-to-back victory, which is something we needed in real life. But here we are with the squad against them. Pretty much our usual starting 11. However, Madsen is in for Field. It does say he's out of position. He can play CDM cam centre mid, so they're waffling. But I just thought a nice creative midfield here. It gives us the option to bring Field on. Also means if I bring on Morgan in that CDM role, it doesn't really feel like I'm losing the defensive capabilities in the middle of the park. Or again, I can then move Madsen to cam and then bring him there. Or Morgan come on at cam. But that's the vibe. That's sort of what we're going for. This is our first game on Legendary, so we'll see how that pans out for us. Hopefully I don't entirely bottle it. That'd be quite nice, but I do still want it to be a challenge. I do want this to be an exciting, fun, challenging career mode, so absolutely here for that. Let's see how we do. Let's see how things play out. Come on, you Ars. Nice little bit of a tiki-taka at the start of the game here as we're just knocking it around, just finding a little bit of pace on the ball, seeing how we can build up an attack here as Varane. Lovely little play here. Oh, Kone went back because I just needed Richard Kone to go forwards there, and we could have had a decent early chance. But Madsen looks out wide, to find Dembele, and we do lose it. But a nice little bit of interplay. But they're sitting really, really deep. They're just sort of like the difference there between world class and legendary. Even though again, world class is no easy gameplay, no easy game mode. The difference was so evident in good effort, didn't rush to tackle me, and I couldn't just knock it past them. Kone was getting so much free time in some of those other games, but we just didn't get that time and or space. But now Madsen finds Chair, gonna try and take it past his man here. Kone, I've had to play it to feet instead of playing it through, which is unfortunate. Playing it through and maybe would have had a chance to cause a bit of a problem, but we're doing okay. We're limiting them to having to knock it high up and try and get over us instead of play it past us, which I'm kind of okay with, although Kiefer Moore is not a short man. A ranged effort there. A little bit out of nowhere from Wrexham, but over the bar. Got to be a little bit wary of it. Again, you wouldn't see that against world class. Sato with a lovely touch. Lovely ball through as well to Ilias. Slightly heavy touch, but he does find Kone. And Kone again, he's just got 2 to 3 players just standing looking at him to try and play it around him. It's a decent effort, our first effort of the game, but Nkonkwo with a pretty capable save, to be honest. The fact he didn't just save it, he grabbed it, so he was pretty comfortable there. It's a nice bit of play here from Wrexham. They're going to work it wide. Jimmy Dunn going to try and close against his man here. Nice little pass inside. And Benge did get beat, but thankfully Jake Clark sort of was there to help him pick up the scraps and stop that from being a problem. But Chair now going to set away Kone. Kone going to just turn. Doesn't really have the option to pass it to Sato. Does have the option to pass it to Ilias now. And again, a good, comfortable save. A little bit more power behind that. And I think we could have caused some problems. But the shot was ever so slightly tame on his weaker left foot. But I was really hoping that the keeper would be slightly more tested. And that is an awful foul. I was just about to play that through to Ilias as well. I don't think that will be taken into account when a card's produced here, because it's going to be a yellow. But I was so close to just being straight through. And he just gets wiped out. Sheaf, again, good player, Ben Sheaf. But, yeah, going to have a free kick here. Not too far out. Or you know what? I feel like this is the kind of place in Ultimate Team, or in FIFA, I'd for sure play this short. This isn't a short free kick vibe. This is a take a shot. So we're going to have a go here. Ilias Chair, edge of the box. Hits it into the wall. That's a shame. Oh, actually does really well to keep hold of that. We'll keep this play in. Ilias takes it past his man. Oh, we're getting so unlucky there. He just took too long to hit it. I had the space. And I don't think Illy realised he did. And that there is half time. We had to go into that game because Wrexham, I'd say, had really the only chances within the first 20 or so minutes. But we did grow into it and we did start to create a few threatening situations and offer something up top. But for a while, we really didn't. But it's a tough one because I'm not really sure how or where to change things there, because we've not been bad, but we've just not threatened quite enough, or the chances we've threatened with haven't been threatening enough. So I think the changes that I'm going to make here is I'm going to bring on Morgan in CDM. God, I worried for a second that I didn't put him on the bench. And I'm going to make that little swap here and put Jimbo. Oh, and Benge loses 2 rating. Ooh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay, maybe that'll be a thing to consider, training him at right back. Yeah, okay, I'll stick with that for now. Again, I do really appreciate the suggestion, but I think it makes sense to me to keep him, or keep them that way round for now. Gonna make the change to bring on Poku, and then maybe Paul Smith at a later point to really, again, run against tired legs. I think that makes the most sense. But second half, I kind of want to start the second half the way we ended the first. Creating chances, causing a problem, but just being a little bit more ruthless in front of goal. That's what we need. But let's not let them just get the first chance of the game. But now Kwame is going to just run. Just go, Pokey, mate. Just go, fella. Just go. Don't look back. Kone in the box. Oh, he didn't really jump at it. If Kone jumps at that, it's maybe a chance. Sato. Oh, it's a lovely little give and go there as we get a chance to run at the defence. It's a heavy touch, though. Really unfortunate. By the way, Sato is really, really good. It's such a shame. If for those who don't know, he's not in Ultimate Team, and it's an absolute scam. But I really don't understand why, because we have signed him permanently. He played for us all of last season on loan. So there's no excuse here. I'll keep it real with you. There's no excuse. Kone picks up the ball really nicely here. Poku. Oh, does make a good run, but we can't quite play it to him there. But now we could if he makes that run again, which he does. And Poku is going to look up to find Ilias. There it is, boys. There's that opener. Absolutely what we need. Oh, man, I was really nervous that we weren't going to get that breakaway. But Ilias Chair comes up with a fantastic goal exactly when we need. Oh, I've run to the wrong side. I knew they were on the side. Oh, I've run to the wrong one. That's really shameful from me there. But really happy to get the breakaway goal finally. Poku with a lovely, lovely run that Kone can just find. And then Chair just tucks that one away. Really, really nice. Always sort of curling away from the keeper. Wasn't an easy one to have to get into the right place. The keeper doesn't get too far away from it, but it does find the back of the net. That is what is important. But let's go ahead here and make some changes super quickly. I think I'll stick with what I'd suggested, which is Paul Smith, making his way on the pitch. I'm also going to give Escudinha just a couple of minutes too. What else do I want to do? I might go Burrell. Burrell had a blinder, by the way, against Wrexham. He was absolutely fantastic. So going to make those changes. Just, again, some fresh legs, rotate things up a little bit. I know we did just have an international break, but just want to make sure that people are staying happy as well. Good rotation, keeping the boys happy too. So all those changes pretty much like for like. But yeah, really happy with that. Goal scorer goes off. Fair play to Ilias. Hopefully will be a big, big moment in this game. 1-0. Oh, it's a really good ball over the top there. And Benge and Clark-Salter don't massively deal with it, but their effort from Kiefer Moore looked more like he was trying to find a player to pass it to than a shot. So, bit of a wasted chance. They might end up ruining that one, especially if it ends up being 1-0 full time. But Kieran Morgan's made a really nice run. Or the 1-2 with Poku doesn't quite play out. And then as I've tried to win it back, he's knocked it to the defender. But yeah, we got away with one there. Whatever Moore was doing, it wasn't good. Varane with a little bit of space here in the middle of the park. He's got his man closing him down, but he has enough time to play a simple ball to Poku. Wasted chance there. That's a really good chance there for us to really try and try and do something against this back line, because since getting the goal, we've been a little bit backs against the wall sort of vibe here. So I don't want to sort of invite them in too much and give ourselves too much pressure to deal with. But Mbengue does get up well to that. Eskidini couldn't quite get there to stop the cross, but Mbengue does well enough to get it out of the box with the cross coming in. But Paul Smith, lovely ball to Poku. Poku finds Burrell. Paul Smith makes a good run there. And for some reason, Mbengue is in the box. Mate, get yourself back. What are you doing? It is 1-0. It is the 90th minute. Why is Mbengue playing striker? What was going through his head? Either way, it finishes 1-0. It's not pretty, but it is 3 points, and that is absolutely what matters. I was really worried that the first game on Legendary was going to be an absolute embarrassment for us, and we were going to fall apart. But 1-0, huge result, but a real let-off. I'm still not entirely sure what happened with that Kiefer Moore chance. I'm going to see if it's on the highlights, because I don't get what he tried. It was poor. No, it's not on there. It was really poor. But yeah, we get away with one. Well, a very tricky first game of the episode, and a real scrappy one as well. But I must say, first place, boys. Unreal. I don't think at the start of the season we could have predicted us being top of the table. And again, like, admittedly, maybe the first few games were a bit too easy, me playing on a difficulty I shouldn't have done. I'll hold my hands up and say I picked a difficulty I thought would be suitable, but it is what it is. But yeah, we're doing well. Poku as well, man of the match. Fair play to him. It was a really good assist, and overall a good game. Moving into that cam position at the end as well. Fair play to him. But yeah, now we kind of just prep for the Stoke game. So the board are still going on and on about Isaac Hayden. Again, I'm not negotiating a new deal. I've got no interest in signing on Isaac Hayden long term for the sake of this career mode. Realistically, so happy he's joined us in real life. In a career mode sense, it doesn't really help me, sadly. Going into our second game of the episode, home against Stoke, another big win that we've had. It's just nice to get some back-to-back results. It really is. But a few changes. Dembele moves to the left and Poku comes on for Sato. Just feel like after a man of the match performance deserves a start. Eskidini comes on for Norrington Davies. Again, that's a little rotation I'm looking to do just because, yes, he is on loan, Norrington Davies, and yes, he is our first choice left back. Eskidini is a player of the future for me, and I do want to keep him in rotation every now and again. And then Field comes in for Madsen. Just a nice little bit of rotation, 3 like-for-like swaps. And again, just keeping everyone happy, just keeping on doing what we're doing. But yeah, minus, I would say, realistically, Sato is our first choice left mid. Realistically, Dembele is the first choice right mid. And, Field and Norrington Davies the first choice in those positions. But having players that are suitably good enough to come in. So, again, Poku being rotation for us crazy. Yes, Eskidini is slightly lower rated, but I do like Eskidini, like I say, in real life. And he does get a little bit of extra game time because of that. But QPR versus Stoke. Let's see if we can keep up the winning ways, realistically. Great win, by the way, early doors here from Chair. But let's just see if we can keep up the winning ways. And, yeah, that would be phenomenal. Top of the table again, crazy. Oh, that's unfortunate from us there. But QPR versus Stoke, come on, you ours. Little switch of play here from Stoke. And then a really good header back just to sort of put us off of our prep there defensively. But Varane steps in well once. Doesn't quite get the second one. Good little layback there. And Zonzi, by the way, great pickup. And Zonzi there playing it back. They're just forcing them back is exactly the right thing for us. Being able to keep them going backwards at all times. Absolutely the way that we want to have this game pan out for us. Ball over the top now as well. Dembele. Dembele's just going to run. He's no slow customer. Can we just take it past? Not quite. Going to play it inside. Finds Ilias. Ilias lays it off. And Jonathan Varane. Bit of time and space. It's a good effort. He scored that lovely goal. If you guys have seen it behind closed doors against Fulham, it was a lovely goal. But an unfortunate rise there as it just kept going. Good effort, but just a little bit above the bar. Stoke playing this ball around quite nicely here. Just keeping it, playing it sensible. I say that and they immediately give it away. And Jimmy Dunn trying to burst away. Bit of a tame pass to get it out of the defensive line, but enough to find Chair, who does find Poku, rotates it round, ball into Sam Field here. Chair tries to play it to Kone. Kone tries to lay it back a little bit again. a bit of a loose pass to give the ball away. That's kind of been the story of this first half. Both teams just giving the ball away a little bit cheaply, just like that there, as Dembele wins it. Oh, what was that about giving the ball away cheaply? Esquerdinha wins that ball really, really well. And now Dembele, can he just keep this ball? He can. Finds Kone. Kone, oh, can't quite take it past his man. I thought he'd maybe just have enough pace to just sort of push past that defender a little bit quicker and it'd be less of a contact, more of a foot race, but it's unfortunate. Stoke looking to create one last chance before that half-time whistle goes here. They're rotating it round quite well. Pearson and Nzonzi getting plenty of the ball here. Little 1-2s. Nzonzi now approaching the edge of the box. Does look out wide. They find a nice, simple, easy pass. Don't let that ball loose. Oh, and poor Nardi. That is a rough one, my dude. That's a real soft one to let in. And Bosnick finds the back of the net. That's a really disappointing goal to concede. I'll keep it entirely real with you because it felt like we kind of had it covered. Simple little tuck through. Oh, do I feel like Nardi can do better there? I kind of do. Am I being a bit harsh? Maybe. It is right in that bottom corner, to be fair. But I think we had 5 clean sheets in a row in the build-up to this game. And that is going to be 1-0. Very, very disappointing. It's right in the stroke of half-time as well. That literally is half-time there and then. Damn. Very, very unfortunate. Very, very disappointing. Real bad time to concede. It's a real good time to score a goal. Is right on the stroke of half-time. It's a real bad time to concede one, though. I don't know what I want to do here. I don't know what I want to do. Poku has not been as effective this game as he was in previous. Sato is going to come on because Sato does a job for us. We need some more creativity in the middle of the park, so I am going to bring on Kieran Morgan. I know he does drop to that -1, but I just want to add something in there that's a bit different. We're going to stick with that, though. Only those 2 changes. So Sato on the left and Bele moves to the right. Poku comes off, and then Kieran Morgan on for Field. Just needs a bit of a bright spark here. We just need to create more because we didn't create enough. It was a really, really flat first half overall, really, because outside of the goal and then that one chance we had that went over the bar with Varane, I think those were the only 2 shots the entire first 45. So, yeah, more needed to be created. Come on, you ours. Great win there from Dembele. That's actually a phenomenal win because look at the space he has now got here. And Kone going to have to shoot early, and he does. Get that ball, Richard, mate. Get that ball and get back to the halfway line. Lovely, lovely strike. 5 goals in 6 games for the man. Boy, oh boy, does he pull us out of some problems. And I think he's going to continue to do that for quite some time. Lovely, lovely strike on that left foot. Talk about corners. That is in the top one. Lovely, lovely play. Again, Dembele wins that ball, gets it down to that right-hand side and just goes. Finds Kone. Weak foot. What a weak foot, mate. Top bins. Absolute screamer. 1-1. That's what we needed. Oh, that's not good here. Esquerdinha turned inside out there. Lovely little ball roll. Lovely play across. Great save, Paul Nardi. Much, much better. Making up for, if there's any making up for that could be done for that first goal, he's absolutely done it there. Really, really good job. And Kone now, can he turn into provider? Unfortunate. Really nice little interplay here between him and Chair. They really do link up well in this save. They really do play so nicely together. It's such a shame that couldn't lead to a goal. But 68 minutes gone, 20 to go. Going to make some changes here. A couple of personnel changes just to change things up. He's had a great half, but Paul Smith, give me that pace, my dude. Esquerdinha off for Norrington Davies. He's had a bit of a tough game, but again, kind of to be expected. He's 58 rated. Norrington Davies comes on as a +10 in comparison to him, so it's kind of to be expected. I'm actually going to go Morgan over to Cam, bring Ilias off and bring on Nico Madsen. Just create a lot of creativity in the middle of the park. And we actually saw Morgan play really well in I think it was the game against Palace, right? Where he just did fantastically well at the number 10 role for us. So let's see how that goes. Dembele off to a rapturous applause as he deserves to be. Probably, in all honesty, the man of the match for us at the very least. Great start there from Paul Smith, by the way. But yeah, he had some of the best chances. Definitely either fell to or came through him. Oh, Morgan lays it off to Kone, and Johansson, one of the best keepers in the league, in my opinion, with a phenomenal save, and they are over the moon with that there. But it is going to be a corner for us. Look at this. Lovely bit of play there. Just thought I've just got to hit it early. The Stoke player, by the way, teleported across the pitch. But let's see if we can get this one in there. Nico Madsen going to aim just between... Oh, I didn't put enough power on it. And Benge wins the header, but it had taken a lot there for that to go in. I didn't put as much power on it as I read as I needed to. Stoke are knocking the ball around really nicely again. They're taking their time again, though. They're working it backwards. It's eating into the clock, so my chance of finding a winner becomes harder and harder and less likely when I don't have the ball and it's the clock is ticking down. I don't have the time either, so it's just a tricky one. But Mbenge wins that really nicely. Maybe a chance here. Oh no, that's not where I wanted that. I wanted that to Paul Smith, and he's tried to play a through ball to Morgan. I think 5 minutes on the clock here. I'll let you guys see this one out with me to sort of see. Oh, that's a bit of an unlucky deflection for us there. Got to get this back here with Jimbo. Needs a bit of support there, Paul Smith. If Paul Smith wins this, I was going to say Paul Smith just goes. Oh, it's a lovely ball. It has to be said. And Benge get there. This is where, you know, having that bit of extra pace sometimes at centre-back is helpful because he's got back there and helped cover with some pace. Are we going to get a chance here? Ref, will we get a little bit of Fergie time? No, we don't. It's a 1-1 draw. On paper, with how the game panned out, we take it. We were not effective in that first half at all. Really good to come out in the second half and get that returning goal, the equaliser, real quick. But it's unfortunate, you know, with like 35 minutes on the clock to not then really press for a second enough. It's unfortunate and a touch disappointing. But we take a point, still unbeaten, so we have to absolutely be over the moon with that. But yeah, feels rough. An unfortunate one there again to drop the points, but it kind of, again, those things happen. It is what it is. And also great news. Elisha Dixabona has said he wants to talk. I haven't decided whether to extend my contract. Getting a few more matches under my belt will definitely help sway my decision. What do you think, boss? How come I never got to reply to that? Oh, well, it is what it is. But I'm going to go and sort Elijah Dixon-Bonner's contract out very quickly. We'll do that now while I think about it. I will say our next game is a tough one. Our next game is a tough one. It's the cup game. It's the game that I mentioned an episode or two ago about, like, oh, we've got a big game coming up. The next cup game's going to be a tough one. Comment in the chat now, in the comments down below on this video. Who do you guys think we are about to play against? See if anyone in the comments, and be genuine here. Pause it. Give us a genuine guess. Who do you think we are about to play against? I'm very curious to see if anyone legitimately guesses it correctly. But your time is up, because I'm going to show you now. We are up against Manchester City. It's going to be a tough one. But we're going to give it our absolute all. We're going to see what we can do. Yeah. Wish me luck. Guys, I'm a bit worried I've gone crazy here. I'm a bit worried I've done too much in the way of rotating. I have just upped the difficulty to legendary, haven't I? Oh well, here we are. We said, oh, I won't rotate too much against Palace. And then what did I do? Changed everyone. We've done similar. Walsh in goal. Larketch, Morrison, Dunn, Adamson. Dunn moves to central defence so that Adamson can come in. Field and Dixon, Bonner. We dropped Jonathan Varane, which is criminal behaviour. Sutton on the left. Smith on the right. Morgan at cam. Kone up top. Sutton said he wanted more game time. Guess what, brother? You're coming in against one of the best teams in the world. Good luck. We're going to just... Hey, look. We're just going to see what happens. We're just going to give it our absolute all. They've signed Bruno Guimaraes. Of course they have. I was going to say, who is that? It looked like they had some geezer. It's the loudest CSA has ever been. Jesus, I hope in post I turn that down because that's crazy. But Bruno Guimaraes has signed for Manchester City. What an absolute madness. By the looks of things, this is him, like, his first start, maybe? Question mark? I'm not sure. Either way, boys, wish me luck, because this is going to be an absolute... This is either going to be, yeah, that's fair enough, we expected that, or how the hell have you pulled that one off, Tom? I know which one I'd rather it be. Come on, you ours. Kieran Morgan. Great start, mate. Wins that ball nice and high as well. Reinders. Oh, Morgan. Making him look silly. Got to be careful here. City do just push up and push up pretty well. Foden turns Sutton, which absolutely fair. I'm not really going to criticise the lad. Ziad Larketch as well was also sort of included in that, absolutely battered. But well done, Joe Walsh. I feel like that's not going to be the last time you touch the ball, mate. Nice. Morgan now holds it up. Paul Smith. Paul Smith. Love that run from you, Paul. Cut inside. We almost had a shot. We almost had a shot. Haaland with an absolute peach of a ball out to Phil Foden, by the way. What a ball that was. Larketch has done pretty well, to be fair, to bring that down. And that was a risky pass from Sam Phil, but he has found Sutton with a little bit of space, actually. And he's made a really good ball inside there to Morgan. And now, again, Sutton turns, finds Morgan. Morgan. Oh, mate. They've got Rudiger as well. What on earth are they cooking? Paul Smith. Just go, mate. Paul Smith. Just go, mate. It's ain't Nori. He's not that quick. Okay, but I have had to turn around. That's okay, though. Sam Field. Oh, lovely ball. Kone finds Paul Smith. Paul Smith, surely not. Come on, boys. You love to see it. Paul Smith loves a cartwheel. Absolutely. You know what? I didn't even know that was going to be a celebration. I did. But that right there, boys, is an absolute upset. But we've worked pretty well on the counter. Paul Smith, I brought him in. A, it's good rotation. But B, I know he's quick. It's the same reason I actually tried today with in this game, Dunn in the middle. Yes, I didn't put Mbenga out there because he got the -2. But Adamson, quicker than Dunn, knowing I was coming up against Doku. And again, it's the same reason that I decided, although I didn't want to go with Escudinho, who's quite a bit lower rated, Larketch is quicker than Norrington Davies. Keep up with Foden. You know, I went with Field, and yes, I brought in Dixon Bonner, not as good as Varane, but I thought just mix it up a little bit because they're going to have a very defensive midfield. You know, Reinders. I was expecting not Bruno Guimaraes, but you know, Rodri. I was expecting a defensive trio. That's what we came up against, so I sort of matched it. And we come in 1-0 to the good at half-time. Was not expecting that. Haaland, again, a slow one. He's not had a shot. He's had plenty of the ball, and he's knocked it around quite nicely. He played a good couple of passes. He made a lovely switch out to Phil Foden that ended up being just about defended by Larketch, I think, in the end, if I'm thinking correctly. But 1-0 to the good, 40 minutes gone. 45, I should say. That was after 40 minutes he scored it. 45 gone. I kind of want to mix things up a little bit, but I don't want to go crazy. In my brain, okay, let me voice what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is Rayan Coley on for Kone. But I don't know if that's me being... I don't know if I'm doing too much then, do you know what I mean? I feel like that's doing too much. I think Varane on for Elijah, just settle things down a bit. We've given Elijah a couple of minutes. It's only 45, granted, but just really sure up that middle of the park. We go to a midfield two that we know and works well in Field and Varane. So that, I think, is going to have to be the play here. We're just going to take our time in building up. I'm not just going to pass around the back. I'm not that sad. But we are just going to be a little bit slower in building up, just to try and, you know, encourage a bit of space here, just like this, as Paul Smith finds Kieran Morgan. Go on, Kieran. It's not a bad effort, you know. He gets the effort away. He does have the shot, but it does go wide of the post. And Marmoush on for Doku. That attack doesn't really get any slower because of that at all. Yes, Doku's rapid, but Marmoush is not slow. I'm assuming he's going to be staying out wide there. I'm assuming that's not a position or formation change. Man, this is not going to be easy. I'm stressing. Lovely ball in the middle there to Erling Haaland. He's had no shots so far. I'll tell you here and now, if we can end this game with Erling Haaland on a big old goose egg of shots made, I will be very, very happy. Kone looks forward and finds Morgan. Morgan going to try and turn. Oh, I've just tried to play the ball through Rudiger, which was never going to work, was it? Oh, good block there from Larketch, from Ziad Larketch. Really, really good play. I was going to make changes there, but I think, you know what, next time the ball goes off, changes will be made. Haaland on the ball. Again, we're just keeping him in positions where he can't threaten us. And as long as he's in those positions, I don't mind it too much. Marmoush hits the bar. Oh, Jimbo. What am I doing there? Mate, best effort of the game there for Man City. And it is off the woodwork from Marmoush. Thankfully, the ball didn't drop straight to Haaland. It very easily could have done, but it didn't quite. And that is another slightly loose pass there from Morgan. We have got changes queued up. But with 15 minutes on the clock, those guys are not going to get long to come in and make an impact. And it's not really making an impact. It's helping us see this one through. That is the vibe. That is what I've done. Oh, got to do well here. Well, you know what? That's a really good, again, from Paul Smith. A lovely pass there, by the way, from Varane. But Paul Smith, again, just getting involved, just doing the business. And now Morgan can set him away. And Paul Smith, with time, with space, can he get a goal and an assist? No, it's well tackled there from... I'm fairly sure Rudiger did get the tackle, which is why Donnarumma didn't pick it up. But those changes, by the way, still not made. Minutes on the clock now. Oh, that's a really loose pass, Jonathan Varane. That is the opposite of why I've brought you on. I've brought you on because I was expecting you to make those passes in comparison to Elijah. But now, last chance, and it is going to fall in the way of Manchester City. A little chip through ball there. Reinders on the ball. Tries to play it through. And we've seen it through, boys. 1-0 in the cup. An away win at the Etihad against Man City. We are in a serious unbeaten streak right now. That's what, 8 games unbeaten. Absolutely unreal. You can't write it. The boys have been phenomenal. Paul Smith, for me, absolute man of the match. Had a blinder of a game. Some great tackles, scored the only goal, some fantastic runs, and really helped us run that clock down and just put pressure on the Man City defence. Just really make them think about it and pulled the whole team back so that we could reset, which is just phenomenal stuff. Huge result and a huge upset in the cup. Well, some phenomenal results for us there overall. Yes, a game that wasn't a win. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really mind it. I'm okay with it. And Sam Field getting player of the match. You know what? Fair enough, dude. To be fair, again, broke up the play quite nicely. Some really good passing in the midfield. For me, I just think Paul Smith was unreal and unplayable. But either way, I ain't going to complain. Big results. We stay top of the table as well, which is quite impressive. And up next, we do have Sheffield Wednesday. And that'll mean by the time this goes out, we're almost caught up with like real life fixtures. Sheffield Wednesday is the most recent game that's happened at the time of recording, so we're doing all right. We're catching up, we're getting there. But if you enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like on it. It supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you very soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care, and come on, you Rs.